Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please kindly subscribe to Invoicing TV for your daily update. GRA shut down 4 branches of Palace Mall in Accra for non-compliance with E-VAT invoicing. Officials of the Ghana Revenue Authority have shut down 4 branches of the Palace Mall. The closure occurred on Tuesday, October 11, 2022. The affected branches are Laboni, Spinters, Atomic Runabout, and Wager. They were closed for non-compliance with the authority E-VAT invoicing system. According to the GRA, a number of selected shops have deliberately failed to issue VAT invoice electronically when customers walk in to make purchase. The GRA says failure of these shops to abide by its directive send signal that they are under declaring tax. The area manager of GRA's Accra Central Office, Joseph Annan, in a media interview after the closure, cautioned managers of the shop not to tamper with the commissioner seal. He explained that doing so may compound their situation.
The situation now is that if you are not put onto the system, you are doing an illegal operation. So as you can see here, we are embarking on an exercise to ensure that all the 50 taxpayers are hooked onto the commissioner's E-VAT invoicing system. We started yesterday, and I am sure you have heard on the news that we have closed down China Mall with all its branches.
That was a caution by the Deputy Commissioner of Operations in charge of GRA's Domestic Tax Revenue Division, Kwesi Egan. Addressing the media, he stated that until the listed businesses comply with GRA's directive, they won't be permitted to operate.
We are not going to open the place until each and every single branch is hooked onto the Commissioner General's system. We are moving on today. We don't want to mention names, but by the end of the day, I am sure you will get to know that other recalcitrant or non-compliant taxpayers have also been closed down. The takeout here is that we are imploring all of us to ensure that of the 50 taxpayers who have been hooked, are supposed to hook onto the system, all would have complied as at yesterday. So for those who have not been complying, the takeout is that please do so before we get there.
When the team arrived at the Laboni branch of Palace Mall, managers of the facility had deliberately closed the shop on the outside but had all workers in the shopping center.
There are people in there and they are refusing to open the mall, and we can see some white men in there, whether they are Lebanese or there are workers in there, some whites and blacks, and they are basically in there watching us from the inside, and basically they are unwilling to open their gates to the officials of GRA. Officials from the Ghana Revenue Authority are proceeding to seal off the place, the entrance of this particular shopping mall, basically to prevent them from operating going forward. And they are using the commissioner's seal to seal off the entrance. And in effect, if this particular seal is tampered with, they have no option than to take other action against the owners or managers of this particular shopping center. We've now gotten to the Palace Mall, the biggest one on the Spinters Road, and the officers are entering basically to undertake an operation. And here we can see that people are buying and people are also selling. You can see a lot of food stuff and a number of things. And this is the Palace Mall exit. The entrance is at the other end. They are also not operating basically because they also got the information that we're coming in, but now they are nowhere to be found. They've locked it with their own padlocks, but as it were, the officers from the GRA would proceed to use their seal to seal it. But within this particular shopping center, there are other stores that are operating within. So essentially, even when this particular one is closed, people can still come in here into the bigger building to do their transaction or purchase whatever they want to buy. At the third location located around the Atomic Runabout, the owners, we understand, they opened in the morning, but upon hearing that the task force is coming to this particular place, they actually have to close their premises to the public. Task force will still proceed to seal the entrance with the commissioner's tape to ensure that no one is allowed in until they also comply with the directive. This brings to the total of 4 the number of shops or branches of Palace Mall that have been closed in the day, and this one is located at Wager on the Cape Coast stretch, and the officials have since used their padlock and chains to lock the entrance, while the owners of the place or managers have actually exited, indicating that sorry, they have closed for the day and they are unable to open to the public.
At the Regal restaurant at Osu, the manager of the facility expressed concern, noting that his attempt to hook onto the GRA E-VAT system proved futile, a situation he blamed on the tax collector. The manager, Eddie Chang, spoke to City News.
They give the new link for us to do again. My programmer is we do again. How to get time is like this, fast like this. This morning I talked to my the programmer. What happened? Why up to now no start? I start, no problem. I respect the law. The country, the law, I respect all. I did here 25 years. I no problem for this one. I understand this one. But it's, he was trying the people delay the time, not me.
The area enforcement manager of Accra Central Office of GRA, Joseph Annan, advised managers of the closed shops not to attempt tampering with the commissioner's seal.
The places we have been to, they all locked out their places before we got there. And that is good for us because we spent less time to get the places. We just applied the commissioner's generous tip. And please, you tamper with that tip, it compounds your problems because it can lead to an imprisonment. So if I were you, I'll guide it jealously.
In all, about 5 shopping centers have been closed down by the GRA task force, basically because they failed to comply with the E-VAT system that has been put in place for all of them to be able to issue invoices that indicates electronically in their system that indeed people are purchasing items and paying the right VAT on the right items. So essentially, the China Mall that was not closed yesterday has been closed at this moment, bringing to a total of 5 China Mall branches that have been closed down by the GRA task force, and 4 Palace Mall branches within Accra have since been shut down by the task force. My name is Fred Duho, reporting for City News.